What is up, my nerd familia, and welcome to Games y Más, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of board games, video games, and a little bit of pop culture. I'm your host, Vic, and I would like to be the first to welcome you here to our little corner of nerdom. Whether you are a diehard anime fan, a manga reader, a film buff, to a casual, intermediate, cozy board gamer, to an aspiring esports star in the video game world, or to everything in between, this podcast is for you. We would love to engage with you guys, share some stories within the nerd familia, so come join us. If anything that we've said resonates with you, hey, join our wacky adventures here at Games y Más. We would love to have you here. So, with all that being said, pull up a chair, grab some dice, y acompáñame a jugar. Kyle and Erin are here. Guys, welcome to Games y Más. So honored and humbled to have you guys here on the pod. I'm excited. How is your guys' day so far? Before we get started, I just want to know how you guys doing. How's life been treating you guys so far? How's everything?
Life has been absolutely amazing. The movie is doing well. We've been getting insanely good feedback. We just wrapped production almost officially on a micro horror for Screamify, which we're pumped about. So we'll have more info on that in the next month or two if you want to have us back on.
Oh, we will for sure. I got to get a follow-up. I feel like we have so much ground to cover and we don't have enough time. So we got to do a part 2 for sure with you guys for sure as well. I'm very excited to have you guys on here. Before we get started on the introductions of who you guys are and your guys' project, we at Games y Más here like to ask our first-time guests some icebreaker questions here, and I'm very excited to ask a two-part question here. I'll give you guys the questions so you guys can have some time to think about it, and then we'll move on from there. So first part question, again, feel free. If this is not your area of expertise on these questions, we can move on forward. First one is, since we are a board game and video game podcast here first, our first question we like to ask is, what is your guys' favorite board game of all time? Now, for those that are listening and for you guys that are wondering what constitutes as a board game, I am including everything from dice games, card games, party games, heavy hardcore games that you guys like playing that you haven't shared. I want to know what you guys' favorite board game is. And now if you guys can't narrow it down to one, I'll give you guys the top three favorite board game you guys can come up with. I'll let you think about that as I give you guys the part 2. So go ahead. If you're ready, Kyle, if you're ready to run it, you can run it right now.
No, I'll wait for part 2.
Okay, no worries. For sure. For sure. So part 2 is, what is your guys' favorite video game of all time here? Again, I'm not just including just console or PC. I'm also including arcade. Maybe if you have a favorite arcade game that you like playing growing up. So I'll like to include that as well. Again, if you can't narrow it down, we'll go top 3. I'll give you guys the top 3. So I set the parameters. The icebreaker questions have been asked. Kyle and Erin, I'll let you guys decide who wants to go first and which question you want to answer first. But I'm very curious. I'm very excited to hear your guys' answers. Kyle's ready to go. I feel like you're ready to jump the gun. So, Kyle, if you're ready, if you run it, we can run it. It's up to you guys.
Okay, so first off, I don't know. I think this falls into the category of hardcore games. Okay. But I would go with Warhammer 40,000 as it's tabletop gaming, miniature. So I feel like that counts. And then, the rule book's definitely extensive enough to count.
Yes.
Yes. And then for video games, little bit more difficult, but I'd have to go with, and it's probably a pretty usual answer, but Zelda Ocarina of Time. Just because I was super young when that came out. It was a big deal to get the N64. That game was just absolutely peak for me. So I'm going with that as my answer. I'm locking it in.
Okay. Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
Top tier answers for sure.
I'm just so happy that we don't have any overlap here because I'm going to go with, it's tough. I really was thinking Battleship and Stratego.
Oh, okay.
Really difficult here. And actually, I thought Kyle was going to say Stratego. And I was sitting here being I'm sweating. I need to come up with a different one.
For sure.
And I will give Kyle this. He creams me in Monopoly whenever we've played.
Ooh.
We haven't played in like 10 years because it's not fun because he just like dominates. And he
Okay.
even the last time we played started with like one hand tied behind his back. I'm pretty sure that I had like a bunch of capital to start with, and he
Oh
had
wow.
rules on him imposed where he couldn't make money for a while as well, and he still like
You still
dominated.
won?
So
Wow.
I don't like playing Monopoly with Kyle, but I'm gonna
Okay.
say Stratego probably takes the cake. And then when it comes to
Okay.
video games, I'm a classic 90s girl. Come on now. You know it's got to be Mario Kart. You know it's
Mario Kart. Oh
N64
man.
Mario Kart. No competition. Classic. Come on now.
Okay.
It's popular for a reason, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You just like destroying friendships. That's cool
Yeah.
when it
It's
comes to
great. It's
Mario Kart.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Especially when you learn the shortcuts.
Oh my goodness. Oh geez.
And then there's
Now,
real war. Like forget Stratego. This is real war.
Yeah, for sure.
And what
Oh
about
my.
you? What are your favorites?
but do you
Oh,
go?
go ahead, go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, but is Mario Kart more competitive or less competitive than Smash Brothers? And how does that work?
Ooh.
A Super Smash, that's really difficult. My first gut instinct was to say that
Because
Smash is just a little bit more competitive. It's a little
Okay.
more vicious, especially when you get in the battle.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
was actually gonna go the other way. I was gonna go Mario Kart. Cause how many times have we been at the finish line and someone got blue shelled right at the finish line? How many times has that stung? How many times has that victory stung? Come on, man. That's just
Oh,
that's
that's
just
rough.
that
That's
hits
rough.
deep. That hits deep right here. I've gotten that
oh
many
my god,
times to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm putting my controller down. I'm gonna walk outside and no one talk to me for the next 20 minutes.
Friendships are ending for a little bit here.
Exactly. Super Smash Bros. I can get competitive, but it's just, I mean, I'm not that good at it. So it's like if you cream me out, okay, great, it's cool because everyone has their main. Everyone plays as their main. Everyone can destroy with their main, and I'm all around guy. I mean, I like to play as Little Mac, but I'll play as anyone. And I mean, whatever. If you beat me while I'm Ganon, it's cool. Whatever. It wasn't. I'm there for the hangs. I'm there for the hangs and the lols. So I'm there just to hang out. Erin, to answer your question though, yes. Favorite board game, favorite video game. That is a very loaded question for me. And it's very hard, so I have to give top threes for sure. Board game wise, I'll go with my board games, because my love for board game is like almost over than my game for video games. It's up there. They're like tying for my like heart, but board games right now, I guess it's the season I'm in. Top board games. Number one is the first board game that I love playing the most is Betrayal: House on the Hill. Fun, very fun game, very immersive game, very game that it has 50 different ways to play this game. So anytime you play this game again, it'll be different, completely different. You play, very fun to play for sure. Second game I love playing a lot is Twilight Imperium. Another big, huge game. This is literally oh geez, this is you're looking at like a 10-hour game. This is a 10-hour game.
Oh my god.
It takes a long time. I don't know if you watched the clips with from Jimmy Fallon, but they had Josh Hutcherson and he was talking about this game. And I was like, yeah, my people are getting represented. My board game people are getting represented. And then my third one, oh geez, this is always a battle. It's always such a struggle playing, but I like Zombicide, which again, I'll explain. I don't know if you ever heard of Zombicide. Zombie game. You guys work together. There's hordes of zombies trying to accomplish tasks. Easy enough, cool. You can kill off zombies. The problem is there's so many zombies. There are so many zombies always coming, and it's a very difficult game. I have 3 different versions of it. I have season 1, season 2, and then I have Marvel Zombies. They came up with Marvel Zombicide, which is really cool. I highly recommend that, especially since we're going to be talking about you guys' movie that has to do with zombies here. I would highly recommend that board game for you guys. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's not a hard game to understand. It's very fun and it has a lot of miniatures, Kyle. So it has a lot of miniatures everywhere. So it's right up your alley as well, for sure. Video game wise, again, oh my goodness, I have to give you top 3. My number 1, Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is my number 1 all-time favorite game. I don't care how convoluted that story is. I still love it. Just don't ask me to give my opinion on Kingdom Hearts 3, because then I'm just going to rant on how horrible that game was. But we'll save that for another podcast episode. Kingdom Hearts is my number 1. My second one, Silent Hill. I love the Silent Hill series. Those are my favorite games I've played. I love horror games. Horror games are my top favorite game genre to play. But Silent Hill just are games that like freaked me out so much, that like just spooked me so much, that gave me like the the psychological horror of that game. And then the third one, I'll go old school again, 90s kid as well. So I'm gonna go old school, and that is going to be Ocarina of Time. And I'm okay. It's either Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask because I really love Majora's Mask too. Also,
Yeah. What Majora's Mask I felt like was solid. I think I got the nostalgia when Ocarina
Tough
of Time
decisions.
first
Tough
came out.
decisions. It's a shame that Manny, who plays Rocket in this film and is part of Big Squid, he's part of our production team, is not on this right now because you just named some of his favorite things in the world.
Really? Oh, we gotta get him back. We gotta get
yes.
him on here. We gotta get him on here for sure for the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those are. Yeah, man. If you're ever listening to this, man, let's chat, bro. We'll chat video games for sure. But those are my top. Yeah, I just it's hard to know that. And again, the seasons are always changing for me. I always those are my top three. But then if you ask me like next week, I'll probably be like Resident Evil and all these other games. I'll throw off all these favorite stuff for sure here. But thank you so much for sharing those icebreaker questions here. If you haven't shared those on your socials or anywhere, then you guys probably heard it first here on Games and Must. Favorite board games and favorite video games. Great selections, guys. I love the classic selections. We're going with with Monopoly, Tsuchijo, and Battleship. Great selections. Also with the video games. S tier selections. I love those types of games. Mario Kart, yes. Hardcore. I mean, if we play, we probably won't be friends after this. But if we play together, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll move on from that. But yes, great selections. Ocarina of Time again, classic. I have memories playing that game as well and stuff. But moving on now from the icebreaker question here. For those that are listening, we have Erin and Kyle here. If you guys don't know who Erin and Kyle, they created a movie called ZombieCon Vol.1. And that should give you a hint that there's probably going to be more. And I've seen your guys' post that there's going to be more. So I'm very excited to talk more about that as well too. But if you guys want to give us like maybe just a 5 to 10 minute just overview of who you guys are, your guys' company, and then we'll dive more deeper into that. I'll give you guys the floor of you give your spiel, your overview, your IMDb page if you want to give like a quick little recap of you guys, and then we'll continue on from there. So the floor is yours, guys. Take it away.
All right, I'll take this one because I can summarize Kyle in like 2 seconds. He does everything from directing to cinematography to editing to all the little tiny jobs in between. Indie filmmaking. I mean, that's part of the gig. You can't really afford to hire a bunch of people, so you either hire it out or you learn how to do it yourself. Kyle's our go-to guy where he has learned to do basically everything on set. So on ZombieCon Vol.1, to put it in a nutshell, he actually has a pending Guinness World Record for most jobs done on one film by one person.
Oh, snap. Nice.
To replace Jackie Chan. And crazy enough, the one thing that is probably meaning that we're never going to get it unless at one point we're able to is we have to get it in several thousand theaters for a period of time. It's like a couple weeks or something in order to qualify. We qualified for everything else. And again, indie filmmaking, it's not exactly a typically feasible thing. So hold on that pending award. But Kyle and I are a married couple, and we've been making everything from shorts to web series, commercials, and now this feature film and a project for Screamify that's a micro horror, kind of everything in between. But I'm primarily the actress, producer, and script editor. Kyle kind of fills in most of the big roles aside from that. And we made a feature film, ZombieCon Vol.1. If you are a nerd, if you're a cosplayer, if you're a collector, if you're a convention goer, if you just love horror or independent films, any and all the above, especially if you love all those things, this one is definitely for you. It's about a group of cosplaying best friends. I play one of them who accidentally triggers a zombie apocalypse in which only the assholes of the world get turned into zombies.
Yes, definitely.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, what an intro right there, guys. If that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what else does. But let's hope we get that Guinness World. Let's get that 1,000. It's gone. We can do this, guys. We can spread the word for sure. We can. I believe in it. I believe in it for sure. We can do it. I'll have my 7 followers that I give you guys more people on.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
Yes, there you go. Exactly. No, yes. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kyle. I know you probably would second whatever Erin has said as well. And I'm very excited to deep dive into ZombieCon. I guess the main question I want to ask, and it's the number one question I want to ask, is why ZombieCon? Why zombies in the first place? What made you go with zombies and not do vampires or do orcs or warlocks or whatever you want to name it. Why are we going the zombie route here for your guys' project here on ZombieCon? I'm curious to know for sure for you guys.
So this being like my first feature film as a director, it seemed very zombies like feel very synonymous in my mind with kind of your first feature film, just because that's kind of what the entire zombie lore industry was kind of based off of with Romero. And I mean, there's an entire list of people that did their first movie was like a zombie movie.
Okay.
So I think I over romanticized the notion of, well, if it's the first film, like it's got to be a zombie film, and kind of got stuck in that loop. And I'm a huge zombie fan and wanted to do something horror and action, kind of put our own spin on it.
Right.
And with the cosplay aspect and fandom aspect, that kind of fell into our laps on a vacation to Florida. And we were visiting my brother, and he's a prop collector. He's got like basically a museum in his house. And
wow.
I was like looking around, and I saw the Captain America shield on the wall, and I'm like, man, that'd be awesome to kill a zombie with in this movie. And then like Predator masks, and like, I'm like, there's actually a lot of tactical weapons like in a movie prop collection. And of course, being a low budget film, I couldn't be like, yo, bro, let me get all your props and I'm going to destroy them on set. So I was like, well, who else has that kind of stuff? And I'm like, well, I'm a cosplayer. I've got like EVA foam armor and stuff that can kind of work. And it kind of organically grew from there to where we're like, okay, so cosplayers have a lot of the same stuff. We could do a lot of the same cool stuff. And I was also really like kind of hyped on the EVA foam armor with Plasti Dip, which I'm like, that's like a solid tactical defense for zombie attacks. So, and basically the marriage of those two things turned into ZombieCon. But in terms of like the zombie specific element, it basically born out of a lifelong love of zombie movies. Like you mentioned Resident Evil rather earlier. And then of course you got Evil Dead and a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of what I cut my teeth on and grew up as or grew up with. So it's always been part of my kind of like cinematic experience. It was kind of a lifelong dream coming to fruition.
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you so much. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. I mean, it shows, watching your guys' film, it shows your guys' passion, your guys' love for zombies. And you're hitting deep home, especially for me, because of all the nerd content I'm watching on your guys' shots, the guys' sets. I'm seeing all these posters from anime. I've seen all these posters from video games. I'm just like, oh, that's a Kingdom Hearts poster. Oh wait, that's Attack on Titan. Oh wait, snap, this is so cool. And so, like Manny's wearing his Levi shirt, his Levi jacket in one of the scenes, and I'm like, all right, cool, yes, there we go. We got the survey cord going out, ready to kill all these, ready to kill all these zombies. Yes, let's do this. This is great. This is awesome. I love it. It was such a fun movie to watch for sure, guys. And I enjoyed every second of it. It was great. It was fun. Bloody. Zombies. I would hot take say that it's like not a, you guys went like the curse route, not a zombie virus. It's not like an infection. It's a curse. So you guys are, it's an interesting curse that you Erin decided to cast upon this land here to get, because everyone was being a jerk. Now I thought there was going to be a twist, low key, when you just had that curse, and thought Manny's character was going to be one, because you said a line where like you're acting like an a-hole, and I was just like, oh snap. Is that good? But it was okay. I'm glad you guys kept him there. You guys kept him alive.
He squeaked on by.
Yeah, you say he barely squeezed. He had one good. He was 1 minute of a hole, and then he moved on. Yeah, I loved it. I like it. There was a couple of scenes that I kind of got a little too relaxed, and you decided to throw in a jump scare, and I'm like, oh, great, guys, thanks. Thanks a lot. I love horror movies, and I'm always really good at figuring out, okay, there's going to be a jump scare here. There's going to be something that popped up. But you did a great job with this one scene where I was just kind of relaxing. I'm like, okay, they're just, they just got done, whatever. And then, boom, there's a zombie that comes out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. I'm awake now. You guys woke me up again. So you guys kept me alert. So the very fun moments here, very good key moments. Yes, I very enjoy. And I'm a big horror fan. I love horror. I love analyzing movies. I love breaking down movies for sure. And, I was enjoying watching this movie, watching the breaking down of your certain shots that you use, certain ways you implemented certain aspects, the score, everything. I thought it was great. A good job for your guys' first project. I enjoyed it. When you guys were shooting, were you guys was that shot in the East Coast? Or were you guys shooting out here in the West Coast? What was I could be wrong, but there were some shots that I saw and I was like, that looks familiar. Like I've seen it somewhere. that place somewhere below. Or is this all kind of shot somewhere? What were the locations like for this film?
So it was all shot in Los Angeles. We shot it
I
actually
knew it.
in our apartment in Valley Village, and
Okay.
like even that liquor store they go to, it's probably not too far from where
It's
you're
at
at.
Magnolia and Laurel,
Yeah.
essentially.
I know where that's at. I know exactly where that's
Alex's
at.
liquor store.
I knew
Yep.
it. I knew it. I was like,
Right across from the Vons or John's, rather.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 exactly.
So, yeah, we got.
But
Sorry, Eric, go for it.
No, yeah, we shot a lot in our home apartment and then kind of around the corner there. But we also went all the way to Downey, where Christian Casillas, who plays Javier, his parents had a house out there. And so we shot, they thankfully let us take it over there as Big Mama's house.
Yeah, okay.
And then we shot in downtown LA. Kyle found a location that we used for the rooftop, the alleyway, the tunnels, the arcade scene. I don't think I'm missing anything there. And then we also went all the way out to a place called Stickleback Ranch, which is like an hour or two, maybe 2.5 outside of Los Angeles. And that was the park scene. So we kind of were all around Los Angeles, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you guys were creating this project, the actors and everyone that you got, were they friends of yours that you already knew, or did you kind of pull out, like, kind of set out like an advertisement saying, hey, we're looking for some actors, or we can pay you in bagels, but you get to be exposed stuff like that. How was like the casting with that when it came and creating the crew for that for you guys?
So two-pronged answers to both. I'll let Erin take the casting one, but in terms of the crew size and basically do we want to keep it small, it's like, well, I mean, I would not have argued if I was being helicoptered around to different locations. That would have been fine with me. But it was out of necessity, and it ended up having that great benefit of really creating a family atmosphere on set because everyone was so invested in the project and was so basically excited about doing it. It wasn't just like a paycheck, and the paychecks were not very big to begin with. So there's just a lot of passion from everyone involved, and everyone was like giving 120% basically every single day, which is the only reason why we were able to do the movie, was because of that passion.
Yeah.
So if we had had more money, we probably would have hired more people. But because of the fact that we didn't have more money and we had that limitation, it ended up, I think, benefiting the movie because we hit kind of the sweet spot where we had enough people to do what we needed to do to get the job done and also maintain this beautiful kind of family atmosphere on set.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Erin go with the casting, but I'll just speak briefly to kind of the relationships that were involved in the casting before we get into that. So the main four we're all basically a unit, or we're all still friends. We're kind of separated now all over the country. But at the time, we were all kind of cutting our teeth in Hollywood. I met Punky at my first acting class, so like a weekend to Los Angeles. We ended up rooming together to save money on rent.
Nice.
We both met Christian at that same acting class, like maybe a month later. And the three of us had kind of been hanging out and doing all kinds of little projects together, stuff that you definitely don't want to see. It's terrible.
Which means you definitely do.
No. That's actually my first thing I shot in Los Angeles was with Christian. We called it Blood Brothers. It was one of the people living with us at the time. I was like, hey, can you be a corpse? She was not like an actress. So she's like blinking as a dead person. And I'm like, you gotta stop blinking. So that's the level of production we started at. And then Manny came on. We had the production company by the time Manny got there, and we were starting to kind of roll into web series, going away from short films. And he started as an intern with us, and it became very clear that it was just like kind of meant to be. And he just ended up becoming a partner in the production company and then following us down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
ZombieCon. But in terms of other casting, Erin, please, you were in charge of that. You knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Thank you. Kyle also helped me with that. But yeah, it's amazing because we had the core four, all knew each other, friends, family, had worked together on a bunch of stuff. We had a couple other, probably like 10 max actors that we filled out that we knew with, that we were friends, that we'd worked with. And then we also had completely like professional held casting in Los Angeles in person, self tapes and in person.
Hmm.
And so that was I led that. I've been a child actor since I was like 6, 7 years old.
Oh,
So I know
nice.
my way in front of the camera. And I've had a blast with producing our projects, also being casting on that. I love running the session. So we held professional casting services, and the most interesting stories of that whole regard was that while doing that as well, we also wanted to get real cosplayers for the con scene for Acon West, the
Yeah.
fake con we threw. We
Yeah.
thought it would lend the authenticity, and as well them wearing their own cosplays, it would just be badass. So I also then, I guess it's a three prong answer with casting. I
Yeah.
was sitting there direct messaging local Los Angeles cosplayers. Hey, we got this movie. It's about cosplayers. We're throwing a fake con. Do you want to come in your cosplay? And we got like, I don't know, 15 people who were like, hell yes, I will be there.
Yeah.
Tell me where and when. I'm bringing my cosplay. I'm bringing extra in case anyone doesn't have one. And
Nice.
it was a blast. So this was like a true melting pot when it came to casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Oh, that's so cool. You love to hear those stories. I love hearing those stories. Kyle, don't feel ashamed about your little shorts that you have out there in the world that you don't want anything. One of my best friends and I, we've done YouTube clips that I don't ever want to share to anyone ever in my entire life. He doesn't even want to share it to his kids. He's like, this needs to get hidden forever. And I'm like, bro, the internet's forever, my guy. I can't. I'm sorry, bro. Like it was our little series that we did in the summer when we were in college that we like making shorts. We like doing comedy shorts. We did some stuff. Production wise, filming wise, this is a question that's in general, just movie wise, when it comes to like production and filming. I've always wondered this question, and you guys might have the answer for this. But why are movies, when they're shot, why are they not filmed in sequential order? I've always wondered that. Why isn't like when the intro scene, why isn't that the first thing you shoot on filming day? Why is it always like sometimes you'll have like you're filming like the middle of the scene or something like that? Why is that the case? I've always wondered that. It's just some random film question that popped in my mind, and I thought you guys would be perfect to ask that question.
I actually, when I first started, I was kind of thinking the same thing. And then you quickly learn that it all comes down to organization, right? So you only have so many pieces and so much time to do everything. So you've got to kind of break up the script into manageable chunks in order to kind of accomplish what you have when you have the locations. You may have a location that takes place at the end of the film first, right? That might be an example of why you'd start there. Or you might have a location that, you know, encompasses, like for our location, the our home unit, our apartment unit. So a lot of the film takes place in there. So once you've got everything set up and you've got kind of the team in that space, you really want to kind of follow it through until you've wrapped that location. Because every time you move equipment and you move a bunch of stuff, that takes a lot of time. And you kind of you run the risk of kind of messing up what you already had. Now, in ZombieCon's case, there was a little bit more synchronicity with the actual script than I think would be normally seen, especially on a higher budgeted film, simply because there was that one linear location of the apartment. And because we didn't have the amount of money that it would have taken to clean and then re-blood everything, we had to shoot it consecutively because, you know, once the zombies start getting killed and blood's all over the walls, it's not really feasible to clean it up and then respray. So you had to kind of do that in order. And then, funnily enough, kind of the ending sequence did happen to coincide with fairly close to the end of our shoot. We did have a couple shoot days after that, but the sequence in Mama Bear's house, which took place in Christian Casillas, who plays Javier, that was actually his parents' home that we shot them. And they were awesome. Nice. I think they took off to a hotel for a couple of days and were like, do your worst.
Yeah, that's so nice.
We were even camping out there on like blow-up mattresses. Like, and at the end, the fact that it took place at the end, like Kyle said, basically of having shot most of the film, and it's kind of like the big peak, you know, end final battle, big bad boss. Like, it felt like we were in the trenches, like in our own version of filmmaking war.
Truly.
It was brutal.
That is so cool. And I'm glad you mentioned the final scene, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it. But that final scene, I thought the way you guys did the cosmetics and the makeup for the boss, you know, the boss and the final boss, I thought that was I was like, whoa, this is some really good stuff. I really like that. It was really cool. The fact that again, I don't want to spoil it because again, there's more stuff. But the fact that there's something that happens and I was like, okay, I didn't see that coming. What is going on here? I thought you guys did a great job. The lighting was cool. I thought you guys did like some really good things with some lighting and like just the way the zombies look. I thought I was like, oh, this is some really good. This is some scary looking zombies here. This is evil right here. What is happening here? So if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, you guys got to watch the movie. So you guys need to watch the movie so you can know what I'm talking about because I thought the ending was really good.
I have to hat off to Joseph Trebresco, who was our makeup artist. He was the one, he created custom molds for all the latex appliances for all the zombies. And he really listened to me when I was like, this is how I want them to evolve. So, they start as kind of boils and then at the end, they're kind of all popping and blistering. Yeah. It's like evil's oozing out of them. It's like the idea behind it. But those were all custom made for the film. He's a terrific makeup artist and visual effects artist.
But kudos to you guys, makeup artist. Phenomenal job. And then your editing, I think you edited the eyes. I think the eyes look very like demonic evil. And I was like, oh, those are some really cool looking eyes, especially for like the zombies. I thought it was really cool. So kudos to you guys for editing that part. I think it looked really nice. And yeah, I think, again, I can't praise you guys' movie. It was so much fun. It was great. It was phenomenal. As we're kind of rounding off this podcast here, I want to ask, you said in the title, Volume 1. So I'm assuming there's more projects coming along, more volumes here. Is there a specific range of volumes that you want to do? Is there like an anthology you want to make? Or is it like a trilogy? Is it a series? Are we getting is this going to be the new Walking Dead? What's going on here? What we're talking about here with volumes?
Oh, I like that. That's got a nice ring to it.
I'll take that. We actually, funnily enough, we just shot on a road that the Walking Dead uses in Atlanta for a vertical micro series we're doing for Screamify right now, which was super exciting. Apparently, it's a pretty famous road in Atlanta. If you've seen Walking Dead, you'll recognize it when you see it in the vertical micro. But going back to ZombieCon, so I'm just going to retrack a little bit because you're talking about the eyes, and I have to again, give credit where credit's due. And I presented Manny with a very difficult problem with the eyes, and I said, we got to get a look. I need them to glow, but not glow. And so this led us down a multi-year journey of Manny individually rotoscoping out every single zombie eye through the entire process and creating about 20 different layers for me to then take. And then I layered the layers, color corrected them all differently, and then individually masked out all the layers so that the eyes would have like a reflective quality to actually work with the scenes, to not make them just a stagnant, one color, but give it a little bit of sheen, try to work with the light that was available and make them look more natural, while also trying to maintain a little bit of the reflectivity that you get from a natural eyeball on the initial footage. So sometimes even double layering back the original footage on top of like the 15 other layers. My computer was having heart palpitations the entire time.
That thing was struggling for its life. Like,
yeah. But Manny really killed it. He spent literally, and I'm not kidding, years tracking eyeballs on a giant. So hats off to him.
Yes.
In regards to volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is a whole series. It's, again, very anime inspired in terms of how it kind of continues. It's all about the characters. It's about the world mechanic. As you mentioned earlier, it's a curse kind of thing. That element, it's not just a one-off like, oh, this thing happened for this movie to have an excuse to get zombies. There's a whole kind of lore behind that, which actually you could see a previous version of the opening on the DVD. It's in the deleted scenes, which kind of explains more of the lore of what caused it and ultimately ended up getting cut for time.
Right.
And it was probably just too long in the tooth for the opening of a zombie movie, to be honest. I was kind of going down my, Mad Hatter, it's been 9 years in the making. I've got to tell everything. This is my chance.
Yeah.
But we've got 2 through 5 written for scripts. And the story canonically goes to volume 10 before, basically, like every good anime, you solve what you perceive as the big problem for then to only be a bigger problem.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, okay. I'm glad there's gonna be more because you guys kind of left that on a slight cliffhanger. I'm like, okay, there's no resolution, so I got to figure out what happens
It's
next.
it's anime inspired.
Yes.
You know it's
Oh.
gonna be a saga. You know
Oh
we're
my god.
diving in off the deep end. This was just sort of like the opening episode, if you will.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that so much because I was like, yes, it was. I could get the anime sense of it, and I was like, oh man, why you guys got to do this to me now? And I wanted to now I got to keep watching. Now I'm the same way with anime. You're watching an episode, and then it ends in the thing, and you're like, really? Really? Okay, now I have to watch the next episode, and I'm hooked, and I'm watching. So I'm very excited there. I'll throw. I like to say, if you guys are out here in the West Coast filming again for any volumes 14 or whatever and stuff like that, and you need extras, I'll throw my head in there.
You got it.
You don't.
Right
You
on.
don't. You don't. I don't want no payment. I just want to be part of a movie set because I've never been part of, or just being around a movie set. I've never been around a movie set, so it'd be pretty cool to kind of watch, see how the ins and outs of our production goes. But yeah, if you ever need a nerdy extra, I'll throw my head in if you guys want. Again,
Fantastic.
Count yourself in, man.
Let's
And,
go.
I appreciate the no payment kind of idea, but we do work with SAG, so you're gonna have to get paid.
Oh man! All right, buy me a Big Mac then. Just buy me a Big Mac. I'll be fine. It's a double. You can write it off, and you can give me some food. No, but I would love to. I would love to like say if you guys ever in need of any crew hands or anything like that, I'd love to be. Just to watch, even just to watch. I would love to see how a production is. Like the closest I think I've gotten was the studio to our Universal Studios. That's the closest thing I've got.
That's a fantastic tour. I mean,
It is. Oh, my
It
God.
I mean, that's they
is.
literally. It's not like just built up and like, oh yes, this is what a studio looks like. It's the actual studio. It's
Yep.
It's
fantastic.
badass.
Yes, it's a living studio. Literally, there's commercial movies.
Hopefully,
Stuff.
Big Squid Productions will be big enough in the near future where we'll be able to also have a whole studio tour and everything. Because I
Oh,
know we
man.
would get a kick out of that, and we can definitely have some live site like ZombieCon sets going on there too.
Oh my god! I'm speaking into existence. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, guys.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna be, and then I'll be on studio tour. Be like, I know those guys over there. I know those guys. Over there. Definitely. Well, Kyle, Erin, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on this pod. We're talking a little bit here, getting to know you guys, talking about your movie ZombieCon. As we're closing the podcast off, I want to give you guys the floor to again plug in your movie. Where can they find their movies? I'm going to leave links below to anything and everything you guys want us to leave links below to support you guys. Again, for those that are listening for the first time, I want to say welcome. But also check out this movie. If you're into the whole anime, nerdy, pop culture, zombies, this movie's got everything for you, and I think you'll get a kick out of it, just how I got a kick out of it. I got more of a kick of the sets because I just love the sets. I was like, this is cool. I love watching all these sets. So I think it was fun watching all the nerdy memorabilia around. And but for you guys that are listening, I think it's a great movie. You guys should go check it out. But I'll let Kyle and Erin explain where they can find your guys' movie. And then also if there's any websites you guys want to plug into maybe for future projects, anything. I know you're working on some cool projects right now that you were telling me about. Please plug those in, and then I'll probably offline I'll ask you for some links that I could just post on my comment and everything so we can help support you guys. But Kyle, Erin, please let us know where can we find this movie and anything else that you want to plug in.
Absolutely. So ZombieCon Vol.1, if you're in North America currently, anywhere that you buy or rent movies on streaming, like Apple TV, Prime, YouTube Movies, etc., you'll find it there. It's also available if you have a subscription to Screamify, which is pretty badass. And then we just this week got on Tubi and Plex and a couple other ones that are ad-based. So you literally have no excuse if you're looking for a nerdy horror film to just like satisfy that itch. You can watch it. And the good news is, if you're based in the UK, we're going to be released in the UK soon. And we got some exciting news coming out where we're coming out in Japan in a couple months.
Let's go.
So we got big things coming. But also, if you're a physical media lover, and who isn't a collector nowadays, especially if you're a nerd, go on Amazon Prime. Like Kyle was saying, we got the DVD there. We got a making of book. It breaks down how we made this crazy thing happen, and it's a lot of fun. Not just saying that because I'm a part of it and I love it. I think you'll have a blast with it. But our website as well is ZombieCon Vol.1. That's the number.com. And our social media is at ZombieCon Movie. Follow our journey. Reach out to us. We run our social media. So say hello. Let us know what you think. Drop a comment. Drop a thought. Please reach out. Would love it if you do. And thank you so much for having us on as well. Absolute blast. Would love to come back if we're invited and talk more
You
about
are.
Screamify, our
Mm-hmm.
project there. We've got another feature film that's now in post. So we're working like crazy, but we would love to be back as well.
Yes, no, this isn't the last time you're going to be on here. You're going to get asked multiple times to come on here. We're going to talk more about your projects. And then I also just want to talk nerds. I just want to just nerd out with you guys and just talk about our
Yes.
favorite video game experiences stuff and very animes, everything. And we're just going to nerd out. It's just going to be an episode of us just nerding out. People will be like, oh, there's still point to this episode. They're just nerding out. But who cares?
Perfect.
We're having a good time. We're just going to
Perfect.
have a good time. And
We've
and
only
nerd out.
scratched the surface. We got to nerd
Yes,
out.
we did. Yes, yes. Again, this isn't the last time. We're gonna keep in touch via on Instagram and anywhere else that we can keep in touch. Please keep me up to date on any more projects and let me know when those projects are released because I would love to have you back and talk more. You have a fan here. You have your number one fan out here now in the Burbank area here. So I'm claiming it now. Number one fan in Burbank. Here, Vic from Games y Mas. So I dare someone to out fan me here because I'm gonna go all in out here. But for sure, yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. Yes, and yeah, please go support them. Go on their Instagram, give them a follow, like every single post that they do, comment every single thing. Let them know that Games y Mas sent you. This is their exposure. This is the first exposure that you're getting of them. Please let them know that we sent you there. And then after you guys are done following them, if you guys want to come to our channel, if you guys like the content that we've produced, anything that's nerdy or video game or pop culture and it's up your alley, we have more content coming to you guys. You can give us a follow as well. We're on all socials: X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen or watch your podcast. You can find us at Games y Mas Pod. That is at Games y Mas Pod. Or if you want to email us, if you got a suggestion you want us to review, you want a board game to review, us to review, video game or a movie you want us to review, send us an email. We're at gamesymustpod@gmail.com. That's gamesymustpod@gmail.com. Or you can send us a message on our socials. We love to meet all the board game and the video game community and our pop culture community as well. We love meeting you guys. I love my arsenal of friends is growing. I like it because I need more friends. I need more friends. I need to chat with some more friends and expand. It's time I expand it out there instead of just staying in my little couch and playing video games all day. I need to talk
A good mix. A good mix.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I just want to say thank you again, guys, so much. Please check out the movie, guys. And with all that being said, guys, nos vemos para la próxima.